Okay, guys. Today I'm gonna be reviewing a few iPads that I like to buy, since I'll have all day just to spend a long time just to make my iPad become too late and did not become prepared to be ready after being fixed at a local workshop back in Walmart, where they fix iPads and phones and many more. So, yeah. As for that, while I'm getting sick, while I don't have all day, today I'm gonna buy my very own new iPads later on, which is either right now when we go shopping, but only when we go shopping, or just August 2026, which will take a long time to make. Okay, so to review random iPads that I like to buy, the iPad 1 is what I'm buying for. Which the good news is that which the awesome news about this is that it's finally released in April 2010. But the awful news are, sadly, it's discontinued on March 2nd, 2011, while iPad 2 was released. And I sure do feel sad. Why? Don't you see some iPads and phones can't be discontinued? Which is what I wanted. But another problem is that it's too nostalgic. But it's okay. I'll always try to be fine with the best downloads apps, app stores type stuff. Help me download apps and many more. However, it's you to let's just continue. Why? That's kind of bad. By the way, I'll buy this later on. But the problem is that which store has one? I don't know anymore, but yeah. That's what I'll have to say. But not only that, let's talk about iPad 2. Yeah, since iPad 1 is released, I'm going to buy it later on to check to see if this continue or not. But if they are, I'm not going to buy it and move on to go to some new iPads that could definitely be necessarily released and never be discontinued or revisions that active anymore. No updates, no longer receive new iOSs. What? Why? Notifications. Script review. I know it's going to be released back in March 2nd, 2011 during that time. But has the iPad 2 kit discontinued? I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so can I still have the iPad 2? I'm not sure. I was wondering. No. Why? That's the bad news. Don't you see? That doesn't show me the best news about something more cooler. How? iPad 2 memories and software issues. It should always be active in 2025. But how do you know it's bad? Don't you see that's kind of bad, bro? Why? Random video games I have to. Yeah, it's too old. I know it's too old for which I know it has poor app problems and many more. I know that. So, okay then, Yapatron. Don't be stupid in front of me. Next, iPad 3 is what I wanted too. Since they told me that I can't use iPad 2 in 2025, but somehow I do. You know what? Actually, 2026. I don't know. It's just a long story short. Especially, it has some new stuff in it, by the way, which includes voice detection, too hard to use it, 1080p video recording, and whatsoever. I'm not sure where should I buy iPad 1, iPad 2, iPad 3, and the others at, by the way. I've been thinking, my conclusion is that whatever. So is it supported? I think it's still oh wait. No? Why? Well, I'm pretty sure that the cool news is that it's going to be released back in March 2012 for sure. But the clumsy news are it still can't be active. How do you know that? New OSs. Don't discontinue some iPads. Because instead make them active because that's like totally stupid. And how shouldn't I make buying a new iPad that could be that's too old canon? It's just kind of stupid. That's all I have to say about iPad 3. Next, we have iPad 4. It's released the same year iPad 3 has. What are you talking about? Don't you talk about RAM ages for some reason for iPads? I'm not sure. I'll buy iPad 4 later on, while iPad 1, 2, and 3 is one. But can it be supported? No. Hmm. That's the devious news. It's because why are you saying something that feels a bit sad to me? 12 years later. How does it because it's discontinued? Don't you see? I don't know. I think that is gonna happen when I use in terms of iPad to become too old. But how is it worse? Maybe there's maybe some iPad. That's a good question I'd like to ask about. Maybe there are some iPads that have been discontinued too, because they're working on new OSs. But it's okay. Like they're active, by the way. Like nothing matters. Like bro, why? Don't you see doing a really stupid version? Don't you see discontinue it will make you will become too stupid. But it's okay. At least they're active. Well, they're too old and it's nostalgic. But as I've answered the question. Seen anything the iPad before? What are you talking about? I want you to try to be fine with that. Now I'm done talking iPad 4. Now iPad 5. It's released in 2017. It's pretty good. How is that impossible? Okay, school, thanks for saying that. That's for the fifth generation of iPad that has been introduced. It's pretty good. Don't know if it's active or not because I've been thinking and my conclusion is that whatever. Okay, so one question asked: Is the iPad 5 work? Did the iPad 5 work? Oh, thank God, it did seem to work. So it's still active and never discontinued. It'll work on more new updates, whatever. Because I don't know. It's just long story short. Gonna update iPad OS 17, 18 later. Okay, pretty cool. How don't you see? I'm trying to do my best. How that's not what I do. Be cool and what's necessary the most, or whatsoever I say. But yeah, I'm not sure what store do I have to buy the iPad 5 in. It's because I'm just wondering, curious. And is it worth it in the future? Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Next, iPad 6. You can close an Apple Pencil in it, especially RAM, RAM, gigabyte RAM, Touch ID, and many more. It was released in March 2018. It's used for education, educator, school, and many more. But there's only one question: Is it usable? I don't know if it's usable or not. Well, it's still active. Is it just, is it bad or good? I don't know. It's the device that still checks. Okay, well, it's still maybe it's still active. But this could be used for schoolworks. I know if this could be used for schoolworks or many more, by the way. But to be honest with you, don't know what you're saying. It sure to always be outdated. with iPadOS 17. How is that even possible? Whatever this would like to say while looking at iPad, cool stuff like that anyone else loved up and care about. It's just pretty cool and necessary on average, what I say. Especially with rain face for feel that. Oh gosh. Take a little longer? Okay. What about if an iPad 7's worked or not? 2-inch tablets featuring an Okay, well, it's released in September 2019. I hope this does not become discontinued all times in a row. Be used for cool. Use the headphones. Apple possesses more and more, maybe more, and whatever. In summary, iPad 7th Gen is capable. Affordable tablet for users who need a large screen for reading, browsing, and line work. But it's best suited for those on a tight budget who don't mind its older design and less powerful performance compared to newer iPads. Yeah, of course. Maybe there are most other iPads that had worked still fixed and active too. Like maybe the current one I'm using, whatever, could be necessary. It's still outdated. So that way it could be normal and fixed all times in a row. Which is pretty cool. Versions. What do you see? It's still okay for using to use it for streaming, web browsing, simple games, whatever. No matter how much novel I use, it could be necessary, of course. Okay, now next, moving on, we had iPad 8. Honestly, the store was released in 2020, which is Apple's entry-level tablet, featuring a 10.2-inch Retina display, the A12 Bionic with new chip with neural engine for faster performance, Touch ID, and almost support for first-gen pencil and smart keyboard, offering a great value for everyday tasks, notes, and entertainment. Okay. Audio. I don't know if these things work or not. I've been thinking, and my conclusion is that whatever. Is it still supported? So that's for iPads 5, 6, 7, 8, and the others. It's still active, by the way, and it's still supported. Well, sometimes not for iPad 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Because I don't know, it's long story short. And yeah, I know if you like saying 6, 7 so badly when I say 6, 7. Because I know if you like this, but this means quite annoying because I don't know why I like saying this for too long. It's because of the random kid who lets me say that could be necessary. So that's all I have to say. Okay, so also fixed for some cool stuff, or whatever I should say. For new updates still coming out later on, maybe more. Moving on, we have iPad 9. I'm not sure if this exists or just not. I've been thinking, my conclusion is that whatever. I was streaming, yeah, whatsoever. Where's cool? What? Why? You can't even discontinue it. So cool and awesome stuff, whatever. It's quite sad to see iPad's broken down. Or whatever. I can't tell anymore, but yeah. How was it discontinued? Which it can't be discontinued for some reason. Why use it or not? I don't know. Maybe it's good for some working and it's especially for making videos that would be cool and maybe more. Cons. What are the problems? Fats. Okay, that's cool. Thanks for telling me that. Now moving on to iPad 10. Huh. No reason to know talk about iPad 10. When is this announced and released? I'm not sure anymore. Released on October 26th, 2022, which is said to be the best iPads where it can be used for whatever I like to say because I'm at loss for words. It's still over 2 years old, by the way. It's still active. What about iPad 11? Is it worth getting an iPad 11? I don't know anymore, but yeah. Yeah, it's possibly the A16 chip. Yeah, I guess this is one of the new iPads that I like. So you're buying using some active stuff, cool animation, video making types, and maybe more. That could be cool, nice, necessary for some reasons that anyone else love or care about the most, which is nice, good, or whatsoever, and etc. But much what should I buy in some stores because I'm thinking, which is that, especially with some dollars that could either be cheap or expensive or whatever. How old is iPad 11? Okay, now the current iPad we got is iPad 11, by the way. Later on in the future, iPad 12 will soon be released later on. I'm not sure how much long will I get and make it worth for some cool stuff, game stuff, and maybe more that I like to make. But yeah. Okay, so while iPad 12 is gonna be soon enough, that's all. That's all the reviews of looking at all types of iPads, but only when they're in generation. And so that's it. So that's all I have to say. So yeah, now that's all I have to look for. By the way, as for rating iPads that'll become new later on, what should I say? I'm not sure. Here it is. Okay, so I don't know what to say because I'm lost for words, by the way, but yeah. Okay, so that's all the review. Thanks for watching. And while I'll buy an iPad 1 later on, while I know it's discontinued, I'll check to see if it's not or just not. Please make sure that they discontinue while they're not being available in some stores that might use the 11th generation of iPad. I don't have the latest to care about some random stuff, about doing stuff, and cool stuff that feels a bit good to me. I'd be beloved about me and fixed. Some nice stuff that would be necessary, no matter how much long I say. But yeah, of course, don't know what I say next. Still, lost of words, and yeah, that's what I have to say. Thanks, and before I move further, you want to forget about it. Because don't know what I say next. So, that's all. Whatever. You know what, let's just end this video. Because I ended up saying lost for words. I was saying random stuff that meant to be me being lost for words. It's because, I don't know, it's just long story short. Okay, so while buying some, while looking at some iPads to see if they're not, well, we're going to buy these later on. Since iPad 1's still not fixed, or just worth to buy, so that way I can see how cool it concludes me more. Yeah, I guess I would consider buying an iPad. Yeah, while it's continued. Let's check. I'm not sure if it's active or not, but let's check to see if it's active or not in some stores. But if not, I can try an iPad 11. It matters while buying some new stuff that could be cool. And it's worth the price me more, no matter how much I want to get. That's to say, but by the way, let's not talk about this. I don't want to extend this video 20 minutes or just longer. So let's just end this video right with the head without like wasting thought happen. But oh my gosh.